Hi guys, so Rusty here, and I figured I'd make a short video before going off to Betty Bye, being I work night shift, and so I figured I'd crank one out this morning. And this is in reference to Blue Bike and Doyle. He's having a rough time with some creator's block, from according to his last video, and he said he'd like some input. So I think we all go through a little bit of creativity struggles at time. I know I do, and man, sometimes I'll start videos and get, next thing I know, they'll be 20-25 minutes long, and I'm like, they don't need to be that long. I'll delete them and start over, or I'll edit them to death until I get to what I want. And because most people don't have attention span to watch heck, most of the time a 10-minute video. I try to make my videos between less than 10 minutes. Usually try to get around 6 or 8. But this one's probably going to be a little lengthy. So I've got a suggestion for you, Doyle, that you can probably start doing. And I think I'm going to start doing it myself. And I'm going to start giving my 5 favorite Moto Vlog channels for this week. Notice I said this week, because man, there is a ton of vloggers out there that I really enjoy, and this will probably branch into some stuff that I don't normally list or talk about on my channel. I've got tons of tech stuff and anything from home improvements to finances even, that I watch on YouTube, and I get a lot of use out of YouTube, I'm gonna be honest with you. But this one, I figure I'm going to talk about the 5 top channels this week that I've been paying attention to, and amongst all the others that I pay attention to, and I'm going to give you the reasons why I like them. So let's start with you, Doyle. Since you brought this topic up, you are one of my favorite channels. I watch you all the time, and what I like about you is you do seem to always bring multiple channels together and bring light to other channels, and you and a few others as well, always good about doing shout outs and pointing out new channels and pointing out things that to help other channels grow. And you don't have to take that kind of interest, but you do, so I appreciate you for that. And that's kind of what I like about your channel, is your sense of community. And then you also show a lot of people that what some of the locals around Georgia get to see on a regular basis, that are kind of oddities and areas and that most people don't go, even that live in this state. So I'm gonna put you first on my list of one of my top channels for this week. Another one that I really like is Jerry Palladino, and Pro Rider. I love watching his channels, and it don't matter if I've watched that stupid Iron Cross that he makes everybody run through all the time. I've seen it 1,000 times, but every time he puts a video up, it's always something different from some perspective of a new rider, and it's like, that's cool, you get to see it from multiple angles and multiple people, and how we're all human. No matter how long we ride, we all have our struggles. So I also like to get out there and kind of do some of the maneuvers just to see what I can do. I'm not the most skillful rider out there by any means, but so I can always use a little growth. So I like it. I like going to see some of that. I actually even here recently bought some little cones to throw out in the parking lot to try to mimic his course. And if you go to his website, he gives you all this course and course dimensions, and I printed them all off in case I ever wanted to try them and do them. He don't even charge you for them. He just puts them out there for everybody to see. And I thought that was a hell of a service for our motorcycle community, and so I do appreciate that about Jerry Palladino. And which leads me into another technical channel for riding, is MCrider. The guy's name is Kevin, and Kevin, He's not the most personable people. He can tend to be a little on the dry side, but he is awesome for newer riders, and he really puts emphasis on what the MSF course teaches. He's actually an instructor, and he also gives tech tips about things out on the normal road and things you wouldn't normally see in a course or talk about in a normal course. So he gives technical input based on a real world experience. So he is one of a few channels I trust outside of Jerry. Both of them guys, I would support and send people to their channel in a minute, because I know the information they're giving is legit. I've seen some of the other channels that are not quite as skilled. They claim to, but the reality of it is to be an MSF instructor, all you gotta do is take the course and take the pro rider course, the advanced class. And it's not like Jerry's pro rider, it's the advanced class through like Harley or whatever. And it's not real hard to become an instructor. And there's a couple of them channels out there that I've seen these guys when they first started riding, and it was scary. And then they went and did all these qualifications. Now they're teaching people, and it's like they regurgitate a lot of good information out of the MSF book, but how do they really teach that stuff if they're not able to truly execute? So I appreciate that about Kevin and his technical abilities, and he's actually put some video of him out there doing like the rodeo stuff. So I really feel that he has accomplished probably a lot more than most of these cats on these other channels. Another Kevin that I watch pretty regular is a guy named Kevin Baxter, and his YouTube channel is Kevin Baxter, but he owns a motorcycle repair shop, or actually a hot rod shop too. He does cars and motorcycles, but primarily motorcycles from what I gather, and his shop name is Pro Twin, and he's up here in North Georgia. I think it's in Dawsonville. Man, that cat is sharp. He is an engineer, if I remember right. He went to college to be an engineer, and got into building motorcycle engines, and man, he took it to a whole new level. And he does all kinds of videos and explains the different problems that twin cams and M8s have, and the difference between the two, and how to build them, and all that. And he really puts a lot of technical information out there, and his videos get pretty long, and they're filled with technical jargon that if you ain't that kind of nerd, you're probably going to doze off and fall asleep in his videos, just because they're probably going to go over your head. But if you're that kind of dork in life, and that's me, if it's about an engine, I'm going to sit there and watch it, and I'm going to try to learn as much as I can. And man, the information he gives is priceless, and he will sit there and chat with you. You can swing by his shop and talk to him. This dude is straight up, he's good people from what I've seen, and I would love to get an engine built by him at some point in time, even though I do a lot of my own work. But you can't take that kind of time and put that kind of detail. He blueprints his engines to something. It's amazing from what I've seen out of it anyways. It is impressive. And lastly, for my fifth channel for the day, I really like the guy. I follow him, and I watch every video as soon as he puts them out. He just grabs my attention, and it's a guy by the name of Scooter Tramp Scotty. And it's funny because I'm pretty sure I've read some of his articles. He used to write for Easy Rider magazine, and I think a couple other publications. But now he's living on the road. He kind of lives a hobo life, and he sold his house and sold his business he had out in California, and I think 94 it was. And then in 1994 he packed his motorcycle up and put a tent on there, and he's been living a vagabond life ever since, just running nomad. Wherever he stops, that's where he sleeps, and he's got it down to a science, from getting his showers and getting cleaned up. And he talks about all the hurdles you have to do and how to learn to live that kind of lifestyle. It's amazing. I don't think I could do that. One, I got a family at home, and I'm not a single man, so that would be a struggle in itself. And I know my wife is not going to travel with me like that. She don't hardly travel 20 miles down the road with me half the time, but I do like my long trips, and I do like taking 2 and 3 week long trips at times. But yeah, this man's done it for like 25 years, so it impresses the hell out of me. But Scooter Tramp Scotty is one of them that I think has well earned his title, and I love watching him. He cracks me up, man. It's just one of them things I enjoy. So that's my video idea, and maybe we can get something kicked off here, and we can get some of these other channels noticed, and maybe it'd be a little more than a shout out. We'll start talking about what we like and what we don't like, maybe, or really just focus on what we like. I don't like to be a negative person, so I don't generally tell what I don't like. And if I do, I try to make it very broad spectrum, not to point at anybody. So anyways, guys, if you like this video and you want to see more of them, hit that subscribe button and the notification bell, and give me a like. Help make these videos grow, and we'll check y'all out on the next video.